No musicians have been hired at San Diego's Orchestra Nova, even though the upcoming season starts October 20th. Management is in contract talks with the local musicians union, but after 5 months, they've reached an impasse. KPBS arts reporter Angela Carone is here to tell us what's going on. Angela, what are the main points on which the Orchestra Nova management and the musicians union have reached an impasse on?
Well, salary is certainly part of it, as it is with orchestras all over the country. But what's different about what's happening here, Orchestra Nova would like to do away with a kind of standard contract that's always been in place. And that is, when musicians sign on to work with Orchestra Nova, they sign on with a year or an annual contract that's renewable at the end of the year. And Orchestra Nova would like to do away with those contracts altogether.
And so they basically want to sign on these musicians on a concert-by-concert basis.
That's right.
What is the reasoning behind this?
Well, Jean-Claude Pak, the artistic director, wants to, as you say, hire musicians on a concert-by-concert basis based on their kind of stage persona and how it matches with the music being presented that night. What he wants to see is musicians who are willing to emote on stage, willing to show joy or sorrow and be expressive and show passion. He attributes this vision to the way forward, to saving how you could save the classical music industry, performance industry, which is struggling. I mean, there are not new audiences right now. I mean, the audience for classical music concerts are small, they tend to be older, and something needs to be done. I mean, orchestras around the country are really struggling to stay afoot. So he thinks that you can compete with all of the other entertainment out there if you have musicians on stage who are showing emotion and who the audience can connect to.
And has this approach been tried with orchestras elsewhere in the country?
Well, it's a fairly unique vision, and one of the reasons why it's unique is because musicians are actually not trained to perform this way. When they come up through conservatory and music schools, they're taught to blend in to the orchestra, right? To all work as one unit in the service of the music, to not emote, to, you know, only move in this sort of very clean, technical way to perform the music. And so this runs contrary to years and years of training. And so it is a very unusual thing. I will say that, you know, there are orchestras all over the country trying different things. Some of them are doing things like cutting back on musician salaries, right? This is happening all over the country. Actually cutting back the number of musicians in chamber orchestras. All of these things are being tried to make up for the financial situation that a lot of orchestras find themselves in.
So Jean-Claude Pak has said that he will go outside the musicians union if the impasse isn't resolved. What's the available pool like? Well,
so they meet one more time at the end of September. Both sides say that they think common ground can be reached. If it cannot, then yes, the Orchestra Nova has said that they are willing to go outside of the union to find their musicians. The union says that in order to do that, the classical musicians are actually really strong within the union. It's a 600-member union, and that going outside of that union would really degrade the quality of the orchestra, and that audiences would actually see that.
Angela Carone, thank you for speaking to us today.
Thanks.